Tumefurahi sana, win imekuwa poa, maboys wamejituma. At least ball yetu inarudi. Yenyewe walikuwa wametuibia ball yetu, lakini CAF last time tulivunja gate, tuna apologize. Hatutarudia, moja tu tujaze study. We are sorry. Moja tu tujaze study.
Thank you. What I want to say, this team has made us proud. We are very proud as Kenyans. Wanasema, those things that you thought are impossible, they are now becoming possible. And we are now breaking the barriers. Congratulations Team Kenya. Tunajivunia sana kwa Wakenya jamani. This is the best moment to be a Kenyan.
Mazee game kwa fiti, kwanza mimi naitwa Silas Onzare, game kwa fiti. Mazee mimi nasema tukue na support kwa coach yetu, tumpe support yote at least such that hizo games zinakuja kwa quarters, mazee to give all our best. Shout out kwa all mafans wote wenye wamekuja, at least hano tumekuwa fiti, mazee all the best time. Mazee mimi kama fan nasema hiyo vitu hatutaki, tutawapea one time. Tunataka wasee tukuje 100%. Mazee sisi tunataka tukuje tujaze study. Hatuwezi kuwa tunakuja hapa na study ziko empty. Unaona? Tuache tujaze study. Yeah.
My expectations zilikuwa kama venye tu matokeo iko from day one, win draw moja, but at the end of the day tuko top on the table. Sasa tunagoja Friday sasa.
Naitwa Jonte. So venye tu nimeingia kutoka pale hivi. So the other day tulikuwa tear gas, but leo kila kitu imekuwa tu sawa. Hakukuja kuwa na tension. Then mpangilio tu kuingia hapa hivi kwa grao, everything ilikuwa tu smooth. Mavijana wetu walikuwa wamejipanga, fan base ilikuwa tu sawa. Nikiingia hapa hivi kwa mlango nasikia tu under the table, below the table, over the table. But sahi nani anaongea? Over the table msee. Tuko juu ya meza, si ndio? Unbeatable. Juu ya nini? 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 So polo chieve.
Prediction yangu ni pale Harambee na Madagascar, wacha wapigie Zambia simu, wawaulize iko aje Kasarani. Prediction itakuwa hapo win.
Game imekuaje?
Game imekuwa fiti na tumecheza vizuri, na baadaye hapo wakianza tulikuwa tunaboeka kidogo, lakini vijana wametuchangamsha, si ndio?
Good afternoon. Welcome to Chan 2024 only on TV 47. I am Katela Macy, and of course I am not alone. I am joined by the big man, Papa Fred Arocho, Surambaya Rosafi.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
And 3 times FKF champion, Kenyan ex-international, Innocent Motiso, Mr.
Wagwan.
TGS.
Kabisa.
Arsenal diehard.
Total goal scored.
Now guys,
important.
Yesterday history was made for the very first time. Harambee Stars beat Zambia to qualify to the CHAN quarterfinals, which will be happening on Friday. We'll be taking on Madagascar. And I think the motivation that the president and BAMBA gave yesterday, and the love from the fans, I think motivates sana wachezaji wetu. Arocho, to you, let's talk road to quarterfinals. Are we ready?
Well, we are ready, and I think it has been a very successful road to the quarterfinals. I'm saying this because of the number of goals that Harambee Stars has scored. It is quite evident because Harambee Stars has scored in each and every match that they've played. Yes, they've conceded a goal, but if you ask me, it's a long time since Harambee Stars, in 5 matches we play without us going home heartbroken. We are not heartbroken, and this proves that things are working our way. I believe that in the quarterfinals, the most confident team in this tournament is Harambee Stars because of 2 reasons. One, we are going to be playing at home. The massive support that we've gotten from our fans, notwithstanding, and of course the motivation and the incentives that come from our president and of course from the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. This cannot be taken for granted. And anybody who takes whatever has been happening in the last 2 or so weeks for granted is missing the point. The boys are responding to what incentives is coming their way. And I mean, what else do we need as Kenyans? We've not been winning. We are now winning. What else do we need?
Innocent Motiso, Mr. TGS, coming to you. We also have Vijana yesterday, and Madagascar Pia is not an easy team. We saw they became number 2 with only point moja nyuma. Now, to Innocent Motiso, do you think that we can beat Madagascar this Friday?
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we don't care who comes our way, especially at home here at Kasarani, where we've been dominant, especially in this game against Zambia. When you look at the numbers, for the first time in this tournament, we dominated a match. We've been letting the other teams get the lion's share of possession while we got them on the counter-attack. And I can forgive that because 2 of those games, we had red cards. So it was inevitable that we were going to have less of the ball. And this game, when you talk about numbers, we had 58% possession against 42 for Zambia. When you look at our total shots, it was 17. It was the highest in this tournament, which is our debut, against 10 for Zambia. They had 3 shots on target. We had 7 shots on target. Another high. We are breaking another record for this tournament. When you look at the shots that we have conceded in this tournament, it has been a total of 78 shots we have conceded and conceded only 1 goal. Only 1 goal. So that goes a long way to show that we have defensive resilience and our tactical masterclass of our coach in Benny McCarthy. He's doing exemplary well, as so exceptional. And I can attest to the trust that he has on the boys whenever he charges them to go and get the results. And especially in this game against Zambia, where we dominated from first to finish, albeit lack of goals. But we created 3 big chances in this match, of which we could have won this match 3 goals to 0. But then again, that 1 goal is still a win. And we got the 3 points, and we topped the group by 10 points in our debut season. I think that's a very good thing. That shows where we want to be as a footballing, we want to be a footballing nation. When guys are talking about African soccer, we want Kenya to be among those talks.
That is Innocent Mutiso, Mr. TGS. Now, coming to Harambee Stars players, we saw Austin Odhiambo yesterday. He was substituted. We saw Ryan Ogam have his second goal, making him have 2 goals in the tournament. Austin still having 2 goals in the tournament. Do you think this coming Friday that since Coach Ben McCarthy is full of surprises, nani unaona anaweza anza hii game? Let's talk about Austin.
The good thing about Coach Benny McCarthy is that he's keeping all of us guessing. No one knows his playbook apart from himself and his God. And going into this match against Madagascar, which will be a tricky game, is a potential banana skin for Kenya because Madagascar, I've seen 2 of their matches, and they are also very good defensively, and they are playing a low block. So we will not expect them to come all guns blazing here in Kenya. We're expecting a very difficult match, very tight-knit. I saw their game against Burkina Faso where they won 2 goals to 1 and pipped Mauritania, who are occupying 2nd place. They are ahead of them because they have a +1 goal difference. So going into this match, we need to be very, very, very careful. We need to keep things tight because this is a knockout. This is a knockout. After 90 minutes, we go into extra time, we go to penalties. Na mnajua penalties hazinanga wenyewe in terms of football. Hazina wenyewe. So we need to get them on the counter. We need to keep things tight at the back, just like we've done this whole tournament, and get those 3 points and win against Madagascar to go to the semi-final.
I reached to you yesterday, obviously Ryan Ogam give us the winning goal, he scored, using his left foot, where Innocent Mutiso said, left footers hawabahatishi hata kidogo. Now look at this tournament, Wesley Ogam yesterday, there was a chance that he lost, and I was with you in studio, whereby you said he was alidefend. There was a chance that came that alishindwa kabisa kutan. Now people walimkashifu sana, that chance that he lost, but all in all he proved us wrong and gave us the winning goal yesterday. Let's talk about Ryan Ogam in your own opinion.
Well, for guys who are criticizing Ryan, they don't really know who Ryan is. For guys who've seen him play in the Kenyan Premier League, you'll attest to the fact that he is a very lethal player, more so when the ball is on his left side. And I've not seen the Ryan Ogam I normally see in the Kenyan Premier League. The lad has still not really fully recovered. Remember, just 5 or so matches before the end of the season, he was out injured when he's playing for Tusker. But when the young man is at his best, the new guys will see fire. I don't see how somebody will be fair if you start criticizing him because of what happened. That was a slip, and of course it happens world all over. But one thing I'd like to echo Mutiso's sentiments is about the inconsistency of our coach. It's inconsistent, which is playing to our advantage in this sense. You won't know who is going to start at Harambee Stars. Yesterday we had Farouk Shikalo in goal. Nobody expected Farouk to be in goal. We expected Siraj, for another example, to play on the left in defense. You saw that the coach brought back his captain, Abud Omar, onto the pitch, and he played exemplary well. Look at his central defense. Omija was not there, but the team was still ticking. That is the good pair of Mike Kibwage and, of course, Sylvester Owino, doing magnificent job. So basically, if you ask me, the strong point for Harambee Stars is in our defense. We've conceded 1 goal, which for me was neither here or there. So basically, we are doing so well. Look at the fact that he's also ticking his midfield. Look at Alpha Chris doing magnificent job. I think he's the only player who has not missed a match. That is Alpha. The rest, look at Nabuire came in, perfect.
Sylvester Wino also.
Look at Nabuire coming back after that red card. Magnificent, controlling that midfield. Look at for another example. Look at Boniface Mushiri. The coming of Boniface Mushiri for me was a resurgence of the national team. I think he came in the second half, and you could see what he was doing. The number of passes, positive passes that he played. In fact, even the goal that we scored came from Boniface. And if you compare the way Boniface played in the game against Morocco, where he was withdrawn, somebody might be tempted to say that he didn't play well against Morocco. Yes, he didn't play well. But look at the fact that the coach brought him into the game with a lot of confidence, a game that has high octane in the performance on the pitch. So basically, our coach is thriving in his inconsistency. The fact that we don't know who is going to play. Another example is Masoud Juma. When Masoud got an injury, I think in the second match, yesterday when he rediscovered his form, everybody else thought that Masoud Juma was going to start that match. And he didn't start, though he came in. But my point here is, most of these coaches playing against Harambee Stars get it very rough. There is no way you're going to handle Harambee Stars, look at their match and perhaps read the way they play, because you don't know exactly who is going to play in the next match. So for me, that is a very good positive.
Now, Morocco are playing Tanzania. They're facing Tanzania. I think they've traveled today.
They traveled yesterday.
They traveled yesterday?
Yes.
They're facing Tanzania. It's not going to be a very easy match. So between Morocco and Tanzania, Arocho, let me start out with you. Morocco and Tanzania. Because Morocco are very, I think they were disappointed being number 2 in Group A, for them having experience in this tournament.
I think Morocco just removed their foot off the pedal in this group. And when they pressed the pedal, you could see what happened yesterday when they thrashed DR Congo in that decisive match. Morocco is not any other team in Africa. It's a very strong team, a very formidable team, and a very, very serious team for that matter. They came into the country. It's the first team that came for this tournament. They came a day before the official time of arrival. It shows a lot of seriousness. I'm seeing Morocco beating Tanzania at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. I've not seen a good attendance in Tanzania other than the opening match. These are the matches Tanzanians don't come for their match. So don't expect that Taifa Stars will get that backing like what we are seeing here in Nairobi. So I'm seeing our 2 brothers being dropped today. I know we're going to discuss it, but I'm not seeing Uganda winning against South Africa. So I'm seeing Uganda not making to the quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, I'm seeing Taifa Stars losing against the Atlas Lions. And that one will mean that the only team that will remain is Harambee Stars.
I've seen a couple of games from Tanzania, and I've seen them dominating the play. They've had an average of 65% possession against all their opponents. So in this game where Morocco, they hog the ball, then Taifa Stars need to change their tactics and at least employ the tactics that Kenya did to beat this Morocco side. Let them hog the ball. Let them have the lion's share of possession. Then get them on the counter attack. And it will be a very difficult game for this Tanzanian side because Morocco are no pushovers. I was at the game yesterday against DRC, and when DRC equalized towards the end of the first half, everyone was happy. We were all happy because, you know, those Rumba guys, they entertain us almost every weekend. But then again, in the second half, it's like Morocco switched on another gear. They went to another level. And those intricate, small passes, they were doing it and rotating very well. And they were making rings, triangles around the DRC players. And they were left for dead. And once they got the second goal, it's like they took the stuffing out of this DRC side. And they got the third and actually, they had a fourth goal, which was disallowed because of VAR. So this Morocco side, who are the top scorers in the group of death, it will be a very difficult side for this Tanzanian side. And if I can echo the sentiments of our coach Benny McCarthy, he was very bullish in his post-match analysis, and he said post-match conference, and he said that there Tanzania, there you go, you can have Morocco, a feel of the group of death, and see what we encountered here in Kenya. So it will be a very interesting game this coming Friday, the Taifa Stars versus Morocco.
Now, we also yesterday, there was a lot of calm and order in the stadiums, whereby there were some fan bases, Uhuru Park, Panpiri Stadium in Githurai. Jana kulikuwa na calm sana. There was a lot of order. Let's talk about these fan bases. The government did a very fantastic job having these fan bases there, because since CAF said only 27,000 fans will be allowed in the stadium, I think they did something good to have the fans on, because we saw at Archives in Nairobi, it was full, and the fact that they were given seats. Arocho, let's talk about this. Do you think we should be doing more often this? Should we go to other counties, not only in Nairobi?
Well, I think we thrive in disorder. I think Kenyans, we show our best when we're under pressure. But before I say that, I would like to commend the Kenya police, the good job that they did yesterday in the city. They controlled the traffic into and out of Kasarani Stadium. And that is where the order started. When there is order at the venue, it will spill over to these other venues. You know, initially, there was no, the traffic control was not that meticulous, in the sense that many of these guys were finding their way into the stadium area without tickets. But
let me come back to you, Arosho kidogo. Let's take a call from Elijah. Elijah, hello.
Hello.
Mambo vipi?
Mko poa?
Nashukuru, wewe?
Hii kitu inasema Kenya, kwa timu ya Kenya, kwa timu ya Kenya, tunafurahi sana kwa rais support team, kwa sababu timu zimekuwa na support wangi na marais. Sasa na nasema hivi, pesa narudi kufanya kazi vizuri, kuna vijana motisha ya kufanya kazi, kucheza ball. Sasa nimefurahia kitu kama hiki. Nimewapatia motisha ya kufanya nguvu mzuri, kupata magoli mazuri. Yes.
Asante sana, ito Elijah amepiga from Ruaraka. Now back to you, Arocho, you were saying something about the fan zone and the fan.
Yes, I started with commending our police force. Okay. I liked what they did yesterday. It was well organized. And of course, when we didn't have that crowding into the stadium area, then of course there was order. And that's why you could hear that fan saying that leo kulikuwa na utulivu and all that, because the planning started all the way from Muthaiga police station, and on the other side it started way past Githurai. So basically the stadium was cordoned off, and anybody else who didn't have a ticket could not find his way there. Now coming back to the fan zone, it was a very good idea. Initially it was not meant to be there, and I think it's because of the financial constraints, the budgets were cut down. That's why it was not implemented. But this is why FIFA and CAF normally brings you they normally advise you to have fan zones, because they know that that atmosphere of watching the game is what people like. So if the stadium cannot accommodate everyone, then of course you need to come up with a contingent plan, and that one really worked. I believe that our team that did that job got it right, and I'm also looking at the quarterfinals. I'm seeing a lot of problems, if you ask me, good problems, if I may call them so, in the sense that there'll be a lot of attention on that match. And I plead with my government, once again, the president and the guys concerned. I'm not seeing us operating well with Thika Road opened on a Friday, on a working day. And that's why I've been talking about a public holiday on Friday. Because without a public holiday, how do you operate the CBD without Thika Road? So when you block off Thika Road from Githurai and this other side of town, that is Muthaiga, then you cut the supply. So I'm looking at us having a public holiday so that the kind of organization, the meticulous program that was put in place on Sunday when we played our last match should be replicated in what is coming up on Friday.
What is also your take on this, having fan zones in different areas in Nairobi? What's
it's like the Federation have been watching our show, because that is something we've been reiterating since the first day against DRC when we had crowd problems. And it was a master stroke from the Federation together with the LOC and the government and the county government working together in harmony to get these fan zones where we have the real fans of football, as many people put it. And it brought some kind of order to the stadium, and also it also brought some atmosphere, some kind of atmosphere also in the fan zone. We saw, we've seen the clip in the CBD, just near Archives. You can see so many people were there. There were thousands and thousands. And when that goal was scored by Ryan Ogam, you can see the way they were in jubilation. They were appreciating what the government has done, what the FKF has done, and the LOC. And these standards that have been brought by Chan, I'm glad that they're still going to remain with us, and we need to go a notch level higher. We cannot go down from now. We cannot go down from here. We need to go at a higher level. We need to maintain the standards that we've been given that have been set up by CAF, and maintain those standards, because right now we are professionalizing our game. And what our president has done, the Honorable Dr. Samuel Ruto, he has opened a can of worms, which is positive, not negative.
Positive worms.
Positive worms. It's positive because right now we'll see that there'll be more competition in the league from next season, because everyone will want to be playing for the national team. Right now things have changed, and the football in Kenya can only grow from here. And you see the kind of conducive environment that the Federation has put so. Is helping these players get the results. If I can quote what our able captain Abu Domar said yesterday, he thanked the government of the day, the president that is, and also thanked the regime. He said categorically that he's played under different regimes in his footballing journey, and this is the only regime who have put the players' needs in front, who have been very inspirational to them getting the results that they need, and he thanked them very much. So you can see that this football has brought everyone together. If national team player can talk about the federation this way, I think we can only go forward from here on.
All right. Now, we're having two matches today. Algeria is playing, remind me that name? How you?
Niger.
Niger. Wow, not Niger.
Niger.
Niger. Okay, Algeria is... Pardon. So Algeria is playing Niger tonight at Nyayo Stadium, and also Uganda is taking on South Africa at the Nambole Stadium. Now to you, Mutiso, let me start off with you. What's your prediction about this game? Because for Algeria facing Niger, and Uganda in Nambole facing South Africa.
Nigeria are occupying top spots, just like the other East African teams. The Pamoja, like Rocho said in the morning, Magic, the East African Magic, that is Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. We are all leading the table with 6 points. And second place is tied between Algeria and South Africa on 5 points each, albeit Algeria having a superior goal difference. And going into this evening's match against Niger, it's a must-win for Algeria, and definitely they will win. And if Nigeria slip up, then it's bye-bye for them. It's bye-bye Vietnam because if they lose against South Africa and
South Africa or Nigeria?
Algeria is playing Niger.
Algeria is playing Niger. Uganda is playing South Africa.
Okay.
So if Uganda lose against South Africa, then South Africa will definitely take second spot behind this Algerian side, albeit on goal difference. So for Uganda, they only need to draw that game. They need a draw to qualify for the quarterfinals. But if they win, then they top the group. If they don't win, then they'll have to play. They have to make do to play in quarterfinals away from their country, which the atmosphere will not be there in front of their own fans.
As you're ending up, Leo, hakuna red card, but I can see you have your red shirts, polo shirts on. Now, Arocho, nani unapatia red card, nani unapatia yellow? Yellow sijui utapoint wapi, ombo utasema tu na mdomo. Same to you.
Well,
so let me start with Arocho before we wind up.
I'll make a quick prediction.
Okay.
Algeria against Niger. Algeria will win. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm seeing our counterparts, our brothers from Uganda losing against South Africa. That will mean that that group will be represented by Algeria and South Africa. Now, my red card or my yellow card, well, this time around, I'm going to turn it. I'm going to give kudos to the police service. They did a good job yesterday. Our police officers were there on time, made sure that the directions were quite clear, and they made sure that whoever was not supposed to be in the stadium could not access the stadium. And that is precisely what we need from our police. So kudos, maafisa wote wa polisi walikuwa job jana, to make sure that stadi iko poa.
Green card. Mutiso,
the last time these two teams met, it was a loss for Uganda in the African Cup qualification. So it's a tricky prediction. So I'll go for a draw that game, but more onus on South Africa winning that game because both those teams, South Africa look the better team on paper. And red my card? Green card.
Oh, green card today.
Green card.
Amjatumia red card.
Goes to the Kenya police for the job well done yesterday, for the fans creating that atmosphere and bringing order to the stadium, and for the ones who apologized. Actually, I saw them, and also on the fan zone also. Green card for them for doing an exceptional job.
Well, there you have it. I thank you so much. That is Innocent Mutiso and Fred Arocho. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, same place, 1:30. I am Katela Macy.